Saturday morning, just about to go and work on that digger. Got out of the van to open this gate. I can't believe that. Cannot believe it. Oh, happy Saturday everyone. I think I've fallen out with them tyres. They just seem to grab stones and then the stones get shoved into them. In the 15 years I've been on the road, maybe not 15 years, 12 years I've been on the road fixing machines. I've never had a set of tyres that have been so bad for getting punctures. I remember I had a transit van at my last spot. It was running on Bridgestones, and in 2.5-3 years I never got a single puncture doing the same sort of work, and they were road tyres. Falling out with them. Next time I'm just going to go back to road tyres. I'm sick of them. I've never had so many punctures. How many have I had on this van now? I mean, one of them was a, what was it? It was one of them clips off a metal Harris fencing. But that's put me in a right bad fettle. I was mad enough that it was raining this morning when I looked out the bedroom window. Right, this 210 needs some Negacon valves, I think. This is the first time I've sat on and had a go with it, so it's locked. I'll have to key fobs somewhere. Right, I'll just kindle it up and have a go with it first. I want to wait for the drums to kick in. It's a bit atmospheric, that music, isn't it, for 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. This is going to start. Come on. Oh, yeah, little tinker. This. Oh, no smart key. Oh, that's the problem with these. Maybe I will just listen to this drum solo. Hang on. Yeah, no smart key. So when I'm in the forestry or out and there's nobody going to be there, they generally leave a smart key hidden for me, and then I hide it again for them. Because all you can do is turn the ignition on. You can't start it. Well, I'm sure he'll be able to tell us on Monday morning whether or not these valves are cured it. But there's some adjustments that I wanted to do as well. Once I fitted them, so we're only going to get half a job done. Oh man, bloody smart keys! Oh, I tell you, I might as well have just stayed in bed this morning. Right, I'll put these Negacon valves in and then clear off to this quarry. I suppose I'll be there a bit quicker than I thought I would be. Never mind. 2-minute job now. Yeah. I probably don't even need to really, but I'll probably reach in underneath this cover and get them, but I'll take this cover off and have a do. So I suppose it's partly my fault. You just get that used to turning up to machines and using your own machine key and getting on. I didn't remind the fella when I spoke to him yesterday late afternoon, just leave as a key fob. And folk will be that used to not having a key fob, they're just used to using normal machine keys, that it kind of gets quickly and easily forgotten about. So yeah, just one of them, isn't it? I did phone him just there and he says I've got it in my pocket. So I says, well, I'll put these valves in, you just have to tell us on Monday what it's like. So yeah, it's gonna be unknown, unclarified, but I will keep you in the loop, let you know what happens. Hey man, right, we'll change these valves out. So one Negacon valve here. That's what it looks like. The Negacon valve is there. If you want a terrible and inaccurate description of how the Negacon system works, and go back to 3 videos ago, you'll see a picture of a 210 on a hilltop in the forestry, and I do my best to try and explain how it works. But yeah, the symptoms of this from what he described were exactly like what the other operator described, so I'm pretty confident it'll sort it, but it'll just need a bit of fine tuning after they've been fitted, I think. Yeah. Right, I'll do this top one first. Hopefully. Make sure there's no air in the tank. Nope. Oh, I can't get my socket into this quarter pipe. Screw it back in the way now. Oh, do I have to go down and get a 19mm spanner? I'll turn that out the way a bit. It's not going to do any harm if that's just left like that. Right. Yeah, that one's got some scoring around here as well, but... And also that valve is sat further up than the inside of this valve. Can I hold them together for you to see? That's identical to the one that I pulled out of that 210 the other day. I just wonder if there's a bad batch of valves floating about, because this one's done half the amount of hours than that other one. But to be fair, the operator of that other 210 had been complaining about it for a little while, but the fault wasn't as sort of prevalent. You couldn't just put your finger on it. The machine just didn't feel just quite the same as if you jumped off his machine and onto one next door. Just didn't quite feel the same. And this fella said it just doesn't feel the same as it did when it was new. He said when you're trimming up stone, which this fella will do a lot of on this new road job, he says you just don't have the same control. There we go. It's all nice and clean. Grand. Right, we'll get this one out. This is the messy one. Right, a rag underneath here in case anything pops out. There's nothing, the valve doesn't kind of hold anything in, it's all built into the valve itself. That's my new one up. Just going to do a quick switcheroo with this one because it might leak a lot of oil. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this one probably looks similar to the newer one compared to this. No, it is sat down a bit. Not as much scoring on here. I don't know how that gets scored, because the only time this turns is when you're screwing it in and out. Any rod. Screw this one in. Just looking at that serial number there, and it's 2 digits apart from the one that I did at the beginning of the week. So that would make sense if there's a bad batch. There's been 2 numbers apart, or 2 machines apart on the production line, haven't there? You would imagine. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. But like I say, when I put the new ones in on Monday, there was just some fine adjustment needed. The result initially was instant, but it just wanted a little bit of tweaking just to smooth it off a bit. So you should be able to tell anyway on Monday when he has a go with it, and I'm sure I'll find out. Right, I'll pack up in here and head down the road. On the subject of those fobs, there is ways around it. I can't just remember now. If I had a blank fob on the van, I could assign that to that machine and get it running. But that would knock one of his fobs off the machine, I think. But that spare fob of his might be the one that's sat in a desk drawer in the plant office, or it might be the one that he's got in his pocket. So if he came to work on Monday morning, the fob that he has in his pocket, there's a 50% chance that that won't start the machine, which would be an issue. The other option is you can strip down the dash and put an ignition barrel in it. It's a plug and play. I do have an ignition barrel on the van, but I'm not that desperate to see what it's like. You can phone us on Monday and let us know. There's other jobs to do with that machine anyway. There's a air conditioning fault with it, and 1 or 2 other hydraulic symptoms, but I said we'll just get those valves in it first and then make adjustments from there. If there's adjustments needed, that might cure some of his other little gripes that he's got with it. So we'll just let him go from there. He's only 2 minutes away from the yard, so the issue's been that he can't stand the machine down while he's on some of the work that he's doing. So it would have to be like last thing on a Friday or a Saturday to do it. And I've got other things that I'd booked in today that need to get done. Okay, right. Go and fix a loading shovel now. Hopefully no more drama. Okay, 420 CVT, 500 hour service. I'll breeze through that, no bother at all. The loader arm's dropping. That needs a boom suspension valve fitting for that. I had the exact same fault, probably similar hours with that one. That one's been fine ever since. And that's same shovel at another spot, 2 serial numbers apart. I had the exact same fault with it roughly around the same time, and load suspension valve went on it and that cured that. So I've got that to do. That's why the arm is in that position, so I can work in there. There's another thing as well. This one, the mudguard catch won't catch. It's because the catch has moved because there's a nut missing. Sort that out. And then it's bad as starting of a morning, and that is because this brass fitting into this steel fitting has stripped the threads and it allows fuel to run back. I know that for a fact because when I serviced it last time, went to nip that up, and it just kept going round and round. Pretty sure it is that one, not that one. So I've got one of them to replace. It's raining. What a surprise. Hey, I'm in a bad fettle. That tyre's really annoyed me. I'm sick of them tyres. To be honest with you, I've been disappointed with them. I thought with the tread pattern, they look kind of fairly heavy duty. I thought they'd be a far better job than the Continentals that came on the van. And they haven't been really. They're a pain in the backside because when you do get a puncture and it's unrepairable, it's a new tyre to go on the wheel. And then you've got to keep, you know, they're sided as well, so you can't just have a spare that does all four corners. And to be honest with you, I thought that tread pattern, I thought it might bite into a bit more going when I'm off-road, and they don't, they just spin just like a normal road tyre. So why pay the extra to have those tyres when I'm no better off? Not that it's coming out of my wallet, but it's just an inconvenience to me when I have to jack the van up at the back to get the spare tyre out of the cradle, because that stupid tow bar won't let me get the tyre out without jacking the back up, and then jack the front up to get a tyre off. Oh! Let us know in the comments what you think I should get next. I don't want off-road knobbly tyres because of the amount of motorway and road miles that I do. I don't want to have a constant drone in the back of my lugs. I really don't. I just want a tyre that can handle a tiny little stone. I mean, flipping heck, that was from pulling into that compound. That was brand new tarmac laid with a bit of stone that had fallen off a truck tyre, evidently. Tiny little stone. Ridiculous. I've just never known how to like it. This van has been so hard on tyres. I'm not running overweight. I'm running below the weight requirement. So it should be able to, surely, to goodness. I've never known how to like it. I'm in a bad mood. Stupid tyre. Stupid tyre. Stupid tyre. Stupid tyre. So I have the fuel filters on. Obviously I've not plugged them up yet because I need to replace this. So put my spanner on there. Keeps going round and round and round and round. So I've got a new one there. You'd be shocked and amazed at the price of that. I was anyway. Daylight robbery is how I would describe it. Hey man, right, yes, I will get this swapped out and we'll bleed the filters up. Flipping love that thing. That's the service done. While it's been putting engine oil in, I've had the pilot filter done, cab filter done, drive shafts greased, and I just came back to it to see where the level was, and it's bang on the mark. Awesome. Right, the only thing I didn't get done while I was putting engine oil in was this catch, so half the reason is I've just decided now that I couldn't try the catch out because it was putting engine oil in, but that's all done now, so go and give that a go now. That's that fixed. As long as it pops off the latch. Yep. Right, I'll open this door back up because I haven't started it yet. I'll need to check that I ain't got no leaks. Right. We're all done in there anyway. So we're on to this boom suspension valve, which is located Hello? Somewhere in here. From memory. Don't know whether it be in a slightly different position with it being a CVT. Shouldn't really matter. So, what does the boom suspension valve do? That's what it looks like when it's sat on the machine. We've got a solenoid valve here, and basically from the bottom of the rams, I'm pointing there, those loader arm rams, the bottom side of the rams, both pipes go through this valve. So when you've got your boom suspension activated, depending on what speed you've got it set to activate in the cab, when you reach that speed, this solenoid gets a current which opens it and allows the oil out of one of these ports down to the accumulator, the boom suspension accumulator, which is that thing there. You've seen me replace those before. Now, we haven't got a complaint about the boom suspension not working. We've got a complaint about when he lifts the arm up, it'll just slowly creep back down. And what's happened is something in here fails. I'm not 100% sure what, but it allows the oil away back to T, which is for tank. So the oil is allowed to escape out those rams to tank. Now, it's just a small leak, it doesn't just drop. I would imagine between here and where they're quarrying down there, the boom will just ever so slowly come down. So I don't know what it is, whether it's this valve or whether there's a fracture that occurs inside here and it allows oil between the ports. I can't remember what the story was with them now, but that is the job of this valve. It's a fair lump to try and lift, but that's not the worst of it really. The worst of it's taking these big muckle pipes off, because these big muckle pipes are full of oil. So yeah, I'll show you where it is on the machine. So this is what you can see behind this cover. We've got the valve chest of the main hydraulics here. These are the spool caps, and obviously it is electric over hydraulic, so it's these here. If we were to unplug one of these, then we wouldn't have a function rather than a pilot pipe. But the valve in question is actually a bit further back than I thought it would be. I seem to remember it being more about here, but it's more of a reach just there. That's it there, that plug there that you can see, that's the solenoid coil that we need to disconnect. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 big heavy pipes to take off. Yeah. We'll get some of it from this end, and we'll get some of it from here, because it's just there, look. Only there. It is. Just wondering now whether I should turn the steering full tilt. Or maybe will, you know, just in case. I think I will. We'll fire it up and go full lock, just in case I need to be in there. There we go, I've got it full lock. We'll just let all pressure out of the system. Very important. Pump the brakes. And then we must remember to let all the air out of the tank too. I'll switch you off now before we get done by this music. Let the air out. Make sure that's fully vented, because we're going to have a tank line off, so we don't want this oil getting pushed out of the tank down the pipe that I've taken off. Looks like this is going to be a good shower of rain, doesn't it, when you look over there? Ugh. Let's have a nosy in here now. Look at the access. Amazing. That'll be better. I think I'll pull it out and down this way. I think. Can't remember, it's that long since I've done it. Thought I heard a clunk. Trying to remember where I set that. I must have lent it against the inside of the rim. Right, get some. I'm pretty sure I need 41mm spanner. This is the clarty bit now. Thought it was getting towards the lunchtime. I've just seen the time. It's 12:30. I'll get this done. I've only got a couple of horns to go on that other 420 once I've replaced this. Give me a bit of oil in that as well. Should be going into my drain tray. Just let that ooze out. That's coming loose now. No pressure in that, I don't think. Give it a wobble. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. Should maybe have put a torch on, but I haven't. Let them lie in state, and then when I come to put them back on, it should be fairly obvious which way around they go. Right, there's... What is there? I might be able to get that one from in here as well, actually. You might not be able to see it. Say, no, you can't. Right, next pipe is here. Hopefully I should get that. That elbow's just tweaked slightly the wrong way for me. Didn't get in from the top. No, that's going to be a one for the front. Here we go. That one with the yellow bung. I think, pretty sure that's my tank one because it seemed to be running and running and running. So I've stopped that. I've got a tub down there where I've caught some oil, but it's been hitting that ram and then it runs along the chassis rail, and I've made an effort, alright. There's only 2 bolts that hold this whole thing on now. Got one of them cracked off. I'll need to move that one fully out the way until I can get that back on. I'd like to set you up and show you, but to be fair, you'd just be looking between a load of these big pipes, so I'll show you the valve on the workbench next. There we go. Got a horrible feeling that's going to be harder to fit than it is to remove, because gravity was helping me. Anyway, all I need to do is swap these fittings over, throw it back in, put 2 bolts in, put 4 pipes on, 1 plug. That's it. Simple. 41mm Spaniard. Oh, these are going to be tight. I wonder if I might just chuck it on the floor there and give it a bit of blast with air just to clean some of the muck off. Probably a wise choice. Right, that's the fittings all swapped over. O-rings are all in good order, so there's no need to worry about them. It's starting to come back to me now. There's one of these valves, I think, that's well, basically you're not meant to tamper with them, and I'm pretty sure the advice I was given at the time was to replace the valve rather than try and replace one of these valves. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and that's why we're replacing the whole thing. I know it seems kind of some of you might look at it and say, oh, it's a bit wasteful if it's just a valve in there that's to replace, but there'll be a reason why I was given the advice to replace the whole valve. rather than an individual part. Quite often the case. So just do as I'm told. I remember, it's sort of coming back to it a bit. But you see they're all tamper proof. Tamper proof doesn't stop you just chiseling that bit of waxy plastic off and twiddling with the valves and stuff. But anyway, right, this will be the worst bit now, getting this back in and getting those bolt holes lined up, and that pipe there that goes onto there, I think I've got it locked off in the right place, but if that's to adjust, that'll be a pain. It's on. I'm telling you now, another couple of kilos and I wouldn't have got that back on by myself. There it is. Just got that solenoid to plug in. Oh man, that was a challenge. Not a mental challenge, a physical challenge. Sometimes the size of me comes in handy. Getting in at bits, wriggling into small places, and other times I wish my arms were twice as big. Oh dear. Right, put that plate on, start her up and get out of this weather. Oh, I've got them 2 horns to put on that shovel over there. That won't take long. Fairly sheltered by this. Might just stand here. Had my wife on asking how long I'll be. She's gone to one of them farms where they've got like a petting zoo and a soft play. Very good idea on a day like today. So I think I'm meeting them up there. Hope they've got a good cafe because I'm hungry. Right, that's all up and running. Final job. Is 2 horns on this one. So need to stand on something substantial like that. I can't. There we go. So there's 2 horns on this, one on each light arm. One is a high pitch one, the other is a low pitch one to get a twin tone beep beep. Don't suppose that stops because it's on one of them fuel saving timers. Don't worry, it hasn't run out of diesel. Right. Oh, my whiz gun's over there. Anyway, we'll unplug that one. I'll get my whiz gun. There we go, 2 new horns. Hooray! 1, 2. Oh right, I'm gonna have the same problem as I did this morning. The key fobs for these machines are locked away. I'm sure I could turn the ignition on and try it. I'm sure. Right, I want to slide down off this tyre. Grab them. Oh, you've got water on the lens. You can enjoy the rain like me. Okay, let's test them out. Oh, nearly fell backwards. Please, I didn't have that wiring loom to fit on that armrest as well. Good, that's working. Yeah, I'm hungry and running out of patience. I'm wet. We've had that issue this morning. I have had my fill for the day. on a Saturday anyway. I might have a bit more patience if it was a weekday. Right, I need to test that one, hang on. Okay, so when we lift this arm up, it shouldn't quietly drop down to the ground. That ain't going anywhere. Before it was, you'd lift the arm up and stop, and then it'd kind of go like this. You can do it slow enough. It wouldn't even be that quick. Something like, oh, not even that fast. So yeah, that's all good. Wonderful, 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 right. Time to go home. Oh, not home. Go and climb all over a soft play area. I have got lunch in the van, so I should eat that. It's 2 o'clock now, and that is why I'm feeling a little bit, just a tiny bit disagreeable with life. So I should go. I'm gonna sit and eat before I do anything else. Right, I feel better now. I've had something to eat. What a surprise. Don't know why I do it to myself. Why do I starve myself to the point of being really grumpy and miserable? Anyway, ooh, hell, I pulled that handbrake on tight. 2:30. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna go and find my kids. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button. If you've got any suggestions about tyres for the van, put it down in the comments. I'd appreciate you all commenting. And we'll see you in the next one.